Alright, this was a much better lap, so we're going to do a little track guide for it on this one. This will be better. So anyway. Coming in, same spot, right when this starts. Put it in the second. Just kind of bleed it in, get on the throttle early. Boom, you're out of there. And we're going down the mountain. We're just trying to get wide as you can over here, because we're staying full throttle all the way through this. So you just got to trust the car. You're barely doing inputs too. Like once you get past the steering lock and slide, it's just not worth grips. You get right on that edge. So you're just barely turning the wheel, and that's enough. And if you notice slipping, try to straighten it out, but going fast. And then I'm stopping right around this bit, like towards the end of the letters. And I'm going to go down into fourth, lift a tiny bit after this apex until I get down into third. And it's all about just finding that right speed where you can perfectly trail off the brakes and just throw that momentum out of that right apex. So we're going in, brake down into fourth. We're going to lift off the brakes a little bit as we go through here. Then we're back heavy on the brakes and into third. And now we're just trying to find that right speed to where we can bleed off the brake and onto the throttle. So letting off, boom, right there. Take it out of the limit. That wasn't as clean as it could have been, but anyway. Come through here. I normally, if you do the setup better, you don't have to lift into this. But right here, I got to lift. I'm going to go until about this white thing right here. And then I'm going to brake, turn in, cut as much of this as you can without getting track limits. It's very close. But, I mean, even if you get the track limit, it's worth it. You're not going to get a slow down. But when you get up on this, you're accelerating through this until you get down into this apex. That's when we're going to brake. And we're kind of braking to slow the car down, but it's mostly to rotate. So we're rotating. Trail brake, get on the gas, out of there, boom. And then I've noticed, like, when I get to the end of the graffiti, I think, is about where I start. Yeah. So here I am. I leave it. I get into second pretty much as soon as I can. And as soon as it's into second, boom, off the brake. So watch. Just a light brake. Second, I'm off. And I'm turning in. And I'm just kind of using the throttle to push through. That was actually hideous. That was a really bad first sector. So, yeah, there's some positives on my lap. I could definitely get a 37. Coming up here, this is still the same. This is just, there's your access road. And we're just lifting enough. So we're about 70%, 50, 45, 50. And we're trying to get as close to this as we can without really getting on the curb. But the curb's not as bad. So, boom, we're going to get in there, and we're just staying flat. And as I'm going through, I'm trying to, like, straighten up the wheel to catch the sliding. You know, I'm not just locking it in, turning right. I kind of try to straighten that wheel out, catch the slide, grip up. See, I kind of straighten it, grip up. You want to try to correct sliding as fast as you can, because you're losing grip, so you're losing time. And then through here, we get up to, let's see what we top out at. I've got 171 before. All right, I'm at 170 going into, I can't remember what the fuck that thing's called. But all right, so I just barely lift as I go up the hill. And I'm almost trying to get my left tires over this curb, like over the grass. Because there's no weight on the car, so it doesn't really matter if you get on the grass. You're not going to spin like that. So I'm trying to throw it, and I'm going up and over. Like, see where my car's at? I'm as far left as I can go. I'm down to about 50%. And then as soon as I'm back on the tarmac, I get back on the gas, full gas, until this, maybe a little bit before the change of tarmac. Yeah, a little bit before. And I don't think I did this particularly well either. Now that I think about it, like, you should only go to third. I go down all the way to second because I was fucking flying. Okay, yeah, that was not good at all. But not terrible either. But yeah, you want to be in third. You don't want to go down to second. All right, and the foxhole through compression. All right, so yeah, and then right, I'm braking kind of early. You can brake a little later than that. I just don't have a marker. Maybe I should use this orange thing. When this orange thing hits, that's when you should start. and down into fourth, and you just chop the fuck out of this curb. Like, I still have yet to get an off track for this. And look how much I take. You don't get an off track. So take all of it. Like, go to the fucking guardrail. Chop, get to this, get back on the brakes. So I get on the gas too. Like, when I get to fourth, I'm accelerating over that curb until I get to this. I'm on the brakes, and I'm trying to get down to third. I get into third, give it some gas to help it around the corner. And then when you straighten out, you're going to go to first gear and drive a little straight. So kind of throw it out there a little bit. Get in the first gear, and when you're in first gear, you can kind of start using the gas to get you back around. The gas is going to help you rotate the car to where you want it to go. Heavy on the gas, trying to set this up. You got to lift a little bit to get it in there, and then boom, out of there. Going past Rebel Tree. And then we get onto this darker patch. I lift. I don't really fully lift either. I kind of leave some gas. I feel like it helps you get the car through the corner better. So I'm in fifth, just using a little bit of the throttle to push it through. Boom, through. When we get to the end of this, we're going down to third. And we're going to turn in and just accelerate through. Pretty simple stuff. And then once you get past this sign, so go past the sign, brake, try to stay wide, and then just boom through that corner as fast as you can get. We're going to want to get wide here, stay full throttle. And then it's like right when I get out of there and I get close to the end of this right here is when I start to just kind of baby brake it. Just to rotate the car. Boom, through miss it, miss. These are the streaks. I'm normally braking right at these streaks in the road. And again, not a full brake, just kind of trailing in there, get up there a little bit. And then once it's into first, you can pretty much get off, hug the inside, and just try to keep it flat out of there. And then when we get to the end of here, we're going to go to third. And this is just a textbook trail brake corner. Trail, 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 gas, gas, gas. Leave it in third, and then when we get to this white stripe right here, that's when we're going to brake. And we're not trying to, again, with this corner, you're not braking to slow the car down. You're braking to rotate the car. So don't think of it as like, oh, I need to brake and then accelerate out of it. It's like more like just rotate that bitch, and the camber is going to hold you. So just, I'm barely dragging. Boom. Perfect trail brake. I got a little bit of TC slip, but I'll get it perfect on the 36. And then again, I'm doing this in between the yield sign and the Yokohama. Somewhere in there, I still don't have a perfect place. Let's see where I do it. This corner is nice. I think I took it pretty conservative too. If you want to stay outside, like that's a real good. Just follow this line because you're looking for this part, this little flattening out of the curb. Like if you watch the curb in slow mo, like it's rounded, and then it gets this little straighten out part, and that's your crease, that's your groove. And once you get into that, boom, full throttle. So, boom, I fell into the groove, full throttle. I definitely could get a tenth or two out of that more, but I was on a pretty good lap, so I played it pretty safe. And then just leave it in fifth, going up the mountain. This isn't complicated. All right, there is new information on, I can't remember any of these corners right now. It's late. So this one's scary, but you'll get the hang of it. Use all the road, man. So get all the way, but get both of your right tires on this patch right here. So they're both, get on this fucking patch. Get right next to that shit. And the later you turn in, the sooner you can get on the throttle. So if your right tires are right here instead of right here, that angle sucks, you know? That angle is trash. But, let me see. This is a good angle. I start turning in right at the end of that, clip it, and I'm on the gas. And just out of there. That's flawless right there. So get as far over, ride it, and then you start to turn in right as it ends. And I'm still on the gas. See what I do? Like, I never come off the gas fully. Boom, out of there. So it's like a 3/4 lift. Half lift, 3/4 lift, full, back on the gas fully. That corner, you can really, it's not Flupots. What the fuck is that? I keep wanting to say Grosskreutz, like the former Dortmund football player. But anyway, so yeah, boom, fly through that bitch. Just you got to use the whole road, though, all the way to the right. Stay on the gas. It's going to keep your car hugging. Boom, up the hill. Really shit. And then I give this part's a little tricky. It's a little scary, but stay at left. Use all the road they give you. And then I'm just going to give it a little baby lift just to set up the rotation a tiny bit. Back on it fully. And then I've been getting over to the right to try to line up my left tires like straight through there more. And I'm braking a little bit before this orange thing, just because I keep not braking enough. Like, I still didn't quite brake enough there, but I hug that curb as long as I can. And then boom, get it in a fourth, and then we're gonna brake. There's this weird little kink in the line. It's like not smooth, and that's like what I'm aiming for. A little bit before that, I'll get on the brakes. So yeah, right on it. Boom, throw it in there. I didn't stay quite enough to the right, but we're in there. I'm on the gas, and I just like whoosh, 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 just kind of ride the wave. And I didn't do a great one. I can do like 3/10 faster, but just kind of whoosh, 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 find it until you get to that dark one we just went over. This guy's like my little marker to like, hey, it's starting to straighten out. Let's start getting all the momentum going. So boom, all the momentum out of there. This, you just stay in fourth, keep it flat, get your apex, nothing to worry about. And then I'm gonna give a little baby trail brake from here, and then kind of accelerate through this apex, and then flip it down into third. So little baby brake. I actually was accelerating and braking at the same time. So boom, through there, full gas, back on both. And then boom, third gear. I bumped it a little bit, but it wasn't terrible. I turned in too early. But pretty simple corner. You can turn in, you can start accelerating very soon. It's a nice corner. I really like that one. Here, I'm going to give it a little lift to kind of help me through. Go down into third to kind of pull me over. And then I'm chopping the fuck out of this curb right here. Like, this is another curb. Just take it on it, and then you're chopping this one too. So you're just straightening out the chicane as much as possible. Boom. Brake point's going to be about right here. And again, I'm not braking hard. I'm just braking enough to rotate the car. Because look, I'm going uphill right here. I am going downhill, but I'm also going up. And that's going to slow me down enough. So I'm just braking to get it down into third gear and to rotate the car. And I carried a lot of speed through that. I didn't quite apex it, but anyway. So yeah, when we get to about the Yokohama sign, right at the edge of the graffiti, kind of baby brake it, rotate it, and then try to, like, once you'll feel it grip up. So yeah, when you get into that apex, you feel it grip up, you really use the throttle to keep you planted to where you want to go. Like, it's kind of natural to when you don't feel grip, you want to either let off the throttle or brake more. But all that's going to do is make your car just keep going the direction it's pointed. The throttle is going to help pull you through. So it's like, the throttle's pulling me through right there. All right, get to the edge of this, start trailing. This one you do kind of need to get a nice initial brake and then kind of ease off. That initial brake, slow your speed down, and then kind of just trail to rotate. Hey guys. I leave it in third through there. This I go into second just because it makes it easier. I could probably do it in third. But yeah, ice curve's pretty simple stuff. When I get to this, I'm just braking until I get into second, and then I'm off the brakes, basically. I fucked that up. I didn't apex it. And that one's pretty simple. That's just like, yeah, just go through. If I did apex it, I would be getting on the gas, like, right here and just going fucking straight, like, full throttle. But I fucked that one up. We're going to come up to jump. All I'm trying to do is get in fifth gear before the jump. And the only reason I really want to be in fifth gear, one, so I don't hit the limiter, but also because it gives me that nice tug when I downshift. And that's going to help the rotation of the car. And this is important because this is a double apex after the jump that you really got to nail. So this is another one. You use the throttle to really pull the car to where you need it to go. And it's scary because you feel like you're going to die. But so boom, land, go into fourth, start trailing in there, get on the throttle to hug it, and then boom, full throttle, get into that apex. If you apex this, like you should, you don't have to lift for this lefter. But if you're out here on the left, you're going to have to lift, and it's going to fuck up your whole run. So the jump is deceptive because it leads into a straight. It's like boom, and then you got to get through here. And now I'm full. I'm going to stay full for a long time. So boom through there, get a little wide, and then just carry it through. Boom. Down through the roller coaster, still full. So that's such an important turn. And then this white guy is kind of my marker, like, hey, start to get ready. I don't have a set in stone spot, but, like, yeah, I hit the white part, and I'm into fourth, kind of use the throttle to pull you through. I went a little wide, down to the third, just kind of trail it. Could have been better, could have been worse. When I get to this blue stuff, that's my marker to start braking again. Decent brake, get it in, try to get as far down here as you can. It's gonna grip you up, and then boom, I'm full throttle looking at this. And the tire kind of gets hooked in here. Let's see if I get any TC spin. Yeah, a little bit. That was pretty good though. I'll take that. I carried good speed through it. And then I lift and I downshift to third, and that kind of pulls me through. Yeah, see, I did, and I turned in too early. I butchered this, bro. I could have easily had a 37. I butchered it. So yeah, I should be going out here, and then right here I should start to turn in. This thing right here is kind of my marker for turning in. I just don't pay enough attention to it. So like, I'm already turning in though. Just a split second too early, and I have to give it a little baby lift. And yeah, we're on the straight. Bummer. That cost me a half a second. I was pretty sad about it. And then, all right, last section. This, again, flat out. You're not lifting. You're not braking. You're not doing anything. You just stay completely floored. It's a bumpy ride, but it's fine. Just don't touch the curbs, and you're chilling. Like, you don't even have to fully apex them like this. Just don't touch the curbs. Still flat, still flat, still flat. Boom, off. Where was it? So yeah, like, I guess I could have gone even further. I was just really trying to focus since I knew I had a good lap going. I was like, let's just focus on getting it nice and tight, nice and smooth. Because you can throw it in late, but then that just fucks up your corners, and you end up losing the speed you made up in the corners. So yeah, I'm normally looking for this this little dark patch of the road right here. It's normally a marker. And then I try to get into fourth as fast as possible. Gonna hug the left. I'm gonna go through that bump. It's gonna unsettle the car, so I might lift a little on the brake. Into fourth. I'm lifting off of the brake as I cut close to this. I didn't realize how close I get to that shit. That's crazy. And I'm trying to get down into second gear, but I want to see how close I am. I'm not that close, but yeah, second gear. Cockpit into second. And then you want to take all this curb. This is another curb they just let you drive on. Take all that curb as soon as your car's straight, full gas. A little lift to help you through the corner. And as soon as it straightens out, just a little trail brake, boom. That's a 138 flat. W.